Tanadas.
Tanada.
No.
0.
Yo, 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 and welcome on into another edition. After a little bit of an absence, new edition of the Put It in the Book show, brought to you by Pop Culture Pros.
Not the group.
Not the group. Barbara, Mom, welcome on in. A lot can change in the 2 weeks that we haven't done a show. And a lot has certainly changed, and we'll get into all that as we as we get into this extremely shortened episode. Will serve as your pregame show, so we appreciate that if you take a few moments to sit down with us and discuss what is going on. So I'm Steve. I got Rodriguez right on over there. How's it going, sir?
Horribly. Horribly. But exactly. Who expects an accident like that? But it happens. Anyway, on with the show, bros.
Yeah, lots of rants today. Producer Joe is also back. I hear you're having a shitty week, but you know it's nice to have you back on the show.
If you people only knew how shitty
he's banging back there. Jeez.
Huh? Listen, he's trying to get out, and I know. Yeah, see, I can smell it. I can smell the despair, the tragedy that he's going through back there.
Oh man. Well, all right. So that's how Producer Joe is doing. With that being said, let's kick this bad boy off, Producer Joe.
Put up the bullets!
All right, we're back in here. It's been a rough couple weeks, and the first thing I just want to, yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen today, I think. But the first thing that I want to talk about, Rodriguez, I have not brought this up to you, so there's no like preconceived notion of what's going on beforehand. By the way, let's go Knicks tonight. I know there's a Mets show, but I'm in.
Knicks
got to come back. Ugh. Anyway,
dude, it's orange and blue, man.
Orange and blue skies, baby. Orange and blue skies. Oh, and thank you to Ed Camus from Empire 161 show, and this is a baseball show, and Granny's Peach Tea. He sent me down a little Knicks care package from the game that he went to.
Oh,
so this shirt and a rally towel. So that's pretty cool of him. Thank you.
Hearing that Yankee name.
Yes.
Not on this show. I respect him. Great guy. But no, not on this show.
But here's the thing.
Yes,
the Mets have the second worst record in baseball since Producer Joe called in barbecuing on the show.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
It makes a lot of sense that Producer Joe barbecuing up in New York would make the Mets lose and have a horrible record. That makes
I appreciate that
sense. Yeah, is that what
you?
Is that you wanted to get my response to that? Other than the fact that Producer Joe is behind me and he's got a problem this week or the last couple of weeks, I'm not gonna mess with him. I really don't want to mess with him, bro.
You're 1,000% right, and
you're putting me in a bad spot. You know.
All right, so let's
spring is what I'm saying.
Let's get into some baseball here.
And
Before we get to us yapping about stuff, Producer Joe, there's a video that's there. It's Buck's ejection from yesterday. I want to talk a few key points from that.
Yeah, it's ready. Tell me when you want it to go.
That's what I'm gonna say. Don't interrupt me.
All
right, I want it to go. I want it to go.
All right, listen, you two.
Listen. I won't tell him twice.
You want? Oh, now the second day, now I'm gonna get ejected.
That's right.
Okay,
I won't tell you twice.
Now he's threatening again. See how you get him?
See,
roll clip.
I'm excited.
You don't get a second warning.
Play automatically.
And Buck Showalter gets tossed.
So that means they're not going to change they're not going to change their ruling. This is Buck's first ejection.
Now, we thought it might happen on Sunday. He got really upset on Sunday as well, and this probably it's a long time coming for Buck as the frustration boils over.
This is one of those moments that you think might fire up a team. He should get tossed here because that was interference. He's standing up for his guys, and he's letting them know. There's 4 of you. You all 4 missed it.
Yes.
Oh. And this could fire your team up when your manager has your back like that. This could be one of those moments. Should be one of those moments.
And it fires up the Mets fans that are here.
He had me rolling when he started counting the umpires.
Dude,
I mean, how
for you mothers? For you,
obvious was that? Right. The Bush League nonsense out of Will Myers. Obviously watched A-Rod too often, but
he should be. That was Will Myers.
Yeah,
and
clear as day.
I used to almost respect him.
Yeah.
Respect him. Now I've lost all respect for him. He's A-Rod. He's baby A-Rod.
It's ridiculous, and I obviously that's the last of it, right? This is the last of it. The team has played like crapola over the last couple of weeks, but that's something
Bush League, dude.
Completely Bush League. But there was even talk earlier in the day that Buck needs to get tossed from a game, and it just so happened the opportunity allowed itself. Whether or not that fires up a team is. But as he was walking away, you see Lindor going like this. Lindor was like, okay, he's got my back.
Lindor stood quiet. You notice he just stood quiet and he let his coach, let his manager do his thing and defend the team like he should.
Right.
But at the this is gonna have the same effect that Producer Joe's barbecuing did the other on the Mets. It's potent here. Things could just blow up. We never know what's gonna happen now.
Yes,
thank God.
Exactly. All right, so we'll see how that pans out, but obviously frustrations are starting to boil over with how the Mets have been playing, and that leads us right into the next thing that I kind of want to talk about is what the hell's going on with the pitching, and it's not the bullpen. I pulled up the Mets are 23rd overall, 25th overall in starting pitcher ERA. Where's the problem? Now we'll also say that the Red Sox, I mean, it's an obvious glaring situation, right? But then there's other teams that have the opposite. They're doing a little bit better. So it's all cyclical, right? But but the staff has been shitty at best.
Well, what do you call it? What is it? A 5.4 or 5.3 ERA or something like that? I mean, how do you win when before your starter goes out, you have to make up 5 runs? And guess what? Starters only pitch 5 innings. So by the 5th inning, you have to score 7 runs at least to be in the game. And since your starters are out after 5 innings, here comes your bullpen. Oh yeah, bullpens are made to do 3 or 4 innings a night. Sure, that's how they're structured. They're not structured that way, people. There's another problem. Then you got 2 or 3 runs at the bullpen. 5.44. What's the bullpen ERA? If we could even get that, that would even tell you more about this.
I can absolutely get that, but just for comparison, the Rockies team ERA is 5.45, and they play in Colorado.
And they suck.
And they suck.
Let's not forget that part. And they really, really suck, and they've sucked for a long time. And they have kids. But you lose Verlander. You lose the lefty Quintana. You lose Mad Max, who's been kind of hurt off and on.
Cookie.
He's kind of struggled through.
80% of the
Cookie.
damn rotation.
Four out of the 5 main starters we've lost. And even when they played and done the little bit that they could, they sucked. Okay, because of injuries.
Peterson flash in the pan, a start or two.
I don't. You see the Peterson thing. I don't. Listen, I was telling somebody today. I said I don't understand. I think it might have been you guys actually. I was ranting about. I don't understand, and this applies to Cookie. Okay, this is a big problem with Cookie Carrasco, that he comes in and walks and doesn't have control in the first couple of innings. How do you warm up before a game? At least 20 minutes. You're in the bullpen. What is the bullpen catcher just jumping everywhere trying to catch a ball because you can't throw a damn strike? You must throw a strike somehow, somewhere down the line. How do you come into the game and you don't throw strikes? You know? Yep. There it is.
Yippee.
The yips. They get the yips. They get the yips. Guess what? Yips was a freaking Chinese restaurant in New York on Wall Street that served delicious food for us guys.
Oof.
It shouldn't be in a baseball game.
The Mets bullpen ERA before that, the game that other night where what's his name got kind of lit up, it was at 3.64. It ballooned after that to 4.03.
And it was a little better before that. It was a little better.
Yeah.
It was doing well. It was holding the team down, helping out but the bullpen guys are not starters. They're guys that you throw an inning, you throw to one batter. They're not the quality guys that you want. The guys to get you to your closer, which we lost.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Even though we have 2 closers now, and and they can do a good job, but not when they're being overtaxed, dude.
Yeah. We had his brother on the ropes last night. Came up short thanks to that.
Dude, you can't expect if you want a team, you got starters. They get you to the bullpen at least 6 or 7 innings, so your bullpen is not overtaxed. Don't give up 5 runs a game, 3 to 4 runs a game. I can take with a 5-inning starter. I can. My old school self just relaxes for a minute and doesn't go berserk. Calmate, because I just want to throw something at the TV. I throw some, you can't throw a strike and you're a pro ball player. I mean, honestly,
it's great. And you see, and what drives me crazy about like Peterson last night, you can see he was missing up and away to righties. So your arm angle, a major league pitcher should be able to make the adjustment, saying, I'm flying out. You know better than me, but
you can't make an adjustment when you're a coward. Okay. I don't mean that in a really bad. I don't mean that as who he is. I'm saying he's a pitching coward. He pitches like a coward. You have to, even if you suck. Look at Greg Maddux. Greg Maddux is the greatest control pitcher that I've ever seen, and he threw 89 miles an hour. But he threw strikes, and he changed speeds, and he did all that stuff. When Lucchesi came up from that game, however you say his stupid name is, he came in, he threw strikes. He threw high and inside. He got the guys to back off the plate. He went outside. He threw the curve outside. He was around the strike zone with control, throwing his garbage. Peterson throws like he's scared that these guys are going to hit the ball. They're going to hit the ball, Peterson. Trust me. You're not Nolan Ryan. All you need to do is throw strikes and change speeds. It's the name of the game.
And you got a great defense behind you.
You have a very good defense behind you. And if you keep the game playable, like don't give up 7 runs, if you keep the game at 3 or 4 runs when you exit after the 5th inning like a coward, then maybe the team has a chance to win. The offense has a chance. But, you can't blame the offense 100% for it. It's the whole team effort, like Buck says. Everyone has a job to do, and they need to do it.
Yeah, you not giving those back end of the pen guys even an opportunity to pitch lately.
Drew Smith should not be pitching all that. Yakamoto or whatever the heck his name is, Yokohama, whatever his name is.
He's
he
on the
shouldn't
IL.
be pitching that much. Oh, there you go. Nagosa.
But that goes to
Nagosa?
what you were saying. Now I can't think of his name. Jacobus. I think it's rattled. It's gone. But
Yokohama.
he pitched. So he was pitching well, but again, taxed.
Overused.
Pitching
Overused.
right because you need 2 or 3 innings because the starters can't go.
You have guys coming in that can only go 5 innings, dude. At least Mad Max with his old crickety self and Verlander, they'll go 6, they'll go 7, even if they don't have their good stuff. Senga can go 6 and 7 if they let him, but they're taking it easy on him, and I appreciate that because he's my Rookie of the Year pick. So I mean, he should.
You just got to keep his pitch count down a little bit.
Keep the pitch count down. Let him pitch every 6 games. Go to a 6-man rotation. It's not that hard. Go to that 6-man rotation, people. We need it.
Manny, yeah, we agree. Got to get this turned around. All right, so right before the show started, Tomas Nido goes to the IL with vision issue. Michael Perez comes up. It's not Gary Sanchez, but he can't.
That's his vision issue.
So now the Gary Sanchez thing. I mean, we kind of talked about it in our chat. This is a depth move, and if he can be the hitter that he can potentially be, and Alvarez has been getting really comfortable back there now.
Don't make me say anything. Don't make me say anything. I don't want to criticize the kid. I don't, but he's not that good of a catcher. He's not. He doesn't. He's framing the ball like this is how you frame a ball. Like obviously the umpire knows that you're moving your damn glove, bro. If you catch it here, okay.
But do you know that he's top 5? This is a surprise to me too. He's top 5 in framing.
I don't know how. Because even a blind man
can
see him move. I mean, his shoulder moves like 2 feet.
I didn't see him as being like, top 5 defensive catcher, and that's not what I'm saying. He's better than I thought. Better than advertised. Kind of like what Pete was better than advertised at first base.
Exactly like Pete, bro.
Right.
That's such a great point you made right there. He's exactly like Pete. He's coming up, has the offensive game squared away, needs help on the defense, and Pete improved, and so can this kid. It's just going to take a little time, but at the same time, it's a little brutal. And that one knee catching thing, it makes me. I'm going to be bald by the end of this year, Farace. You and me are going to have to share.
Don't watch any other game. It's all over the league. I'm watching it all. That's what's being taught now.
Yeah, that's what's being taught. That's why they can't catch balls that are out of their sight. They have to dive for every single ball that's out there. I mean, come on, man. With men on base, you're gonna go to one knee. If you have any kind of base stealers on there, they're gonna run on you like it's not even funny. What's this game become? I'm doing the old man rant. I'm sorry, guys. I just gotta say it.
What's this game become? There we go. That's a clip. What does this game become? Manny says, I didn't really like the Sanchez move. His average is garbage. Why would we get another washed up player when you know what we're doing so bad right now? But I mean, he's out there. Play. He's depth for injury. Look who got brought up. Michael Perez. Michael Perez is the guy who got brought up, not Sanchez.
Yeah, Sanchez will be brought up. Sanchez will be brought up real soon, okay? Real soon. As soon as Michael Perez strikes out 3 times in a row, and he's only up twice, they'll bring up Sanchez. Sanchez will be right up to hit.
All right, so and I see producer Joe has brought up. I saw it before. Sorry, but A-Rod, obviously this is what Will Myers was watching. This is his douchebaggery. Look at this. Look at A-Rod, and he's got the purse. He's running.
You know what? He didn't drop the purse. At least the guy didn't drop the purse.
Yes, he's got it nice hooked on there. He's all right. All right.
Where's he gonna keep his tampons? He's got to keep them in the purse. I mean, come on.
All right, let's talk. Speaking of Aroyd and his ancient.
Why?
Let's talk about the young guns.
Let's talk
Opposite.
about
I'm
them.
going opposite here.
Oh,
So you got Baty,
Opposite day.
Alvarez.
Hey, let's do opposite day. Let's make believe that we're in first place and we're winning.
Yes.
Opposite day. Opposite show day. There you go.
Go.
Joe just laid one out.
Yeah. So Baty has played fine defensively. We saw yesterday how far Escobar has been buried on the bench, with Guillorme coming up in a bases loaded 9th inning situation or 8th inning situation.
That one was a little weird. I gotta be honest with you. I would have expected a little bit more
at the back of the bench.
Oh, dude, he's batting.
He's
100.
So far gone. Yeah.
He could pray all he wants. He could send on his gram and say, "Oh Lord, please help me."
Oh
Pretty much is what he's saying. Lord, help me, Lord, please. Oh Lord, please help me. So he got to ask somebody to get him in the starting lineup.
Yes. All right.
But he's a good guy now. You got to respect him. He's a good guy.
Of course.
And I do.
I mean, if he wasn't a good guy and he wasn't a chemistry guy, he'd be cut, gone.
Long time ago.
Is it so now? We get every day. It feels like, Vientos bomb, Mauricio. I forget who it was yesterday. It was one of the two. Went 2 for 5. Every single at bat, he hit the ball over 105 miles an hour. All five times.
Vientos is mashing. He is
11
mashing.
home runs,
and 11 home
RBI,
runs and
330, 30 RBI, something crazy.
Dude, he's blowing up. And Mauricio came out of the Dominican League like a beast. He must have talked to Manny and I don't know what he's doing, but he's a big guy. So they got to bring those two kids up. They're not giving them any chance not to. I mean, they're making the Mets do this move. The Mets were hoping to keep them in the minor leagues for the whole year, bring them up after a world championship, blah, blah, blah. Oh, we don't know how that's going to turn out. But,
right.
They need some offense. They need a spark. And FWAKATA, oh, boy, FWAKATA. How do you get thrown out at second on a single? How do you get thrown out on second base on a single? I mean, honestly, it's like you're not going to get to third, bro. What were you thinking? That the guy dropped the ball or broke his leg or something? That's how you're going to get to third base?
Like, I know that he's got a great eye, but on base with him, it doesn't do anything. Like, you can get on base 45% of the time. You can't go first to third. You can't score on a double.
I mean, it's not that he's not really that slow. However, it does feel like there's
and the way he runs,
running, and the way he runs, and then when he makes an out, he goes, he shakes himself like, "Oh, let me just loosen up my shirt. Now I can at least loosen up my tight shirt." His shirt is so tight because he's so fat. He's trying to make himself look thinner by wearing such a tight shirt. I don't listen. A DH is bad enough. DH is half a player to begin with, and now you got a quarter of a player. Who, the only way he gets on base is, I mean, he can't even swing.
He can get on base,
what can I say?
But he was brought in for power and he was brought in to jog around the bases. But remember, it's $1 million. All right. And then I saw the thing that you sent. So Vientos is hitting 339, 11 home runs, 29 RBIs, has a 1144 OPS. He is eating up.
It's in the minors, pitching. Though. It's in the minors, right. So you have to take that with a grain of salt. But even if you take away 20% of that, he's still batting better than just about every other man out there.
Well, and we've seen the transition. The thing that I was scared about with Baty was that, remember, he got off that sizzling hot start, and then you start to cool off. I didn't want that to cool off too much as he transitioned to the major leagues, but he's put some really good swings on balls. Even he's been able to catch up to anything up there.
He's a hitter. He's a player.
Hitter.
I told you who he reminded me of, and I did hate saying it, but to me he's a Freddie Freeman type of hitter. I think where he's batting right now, if he developed properly, he'll be that fifth guy. Alonso needs a lefty behind him that has some pop and can hit for average. That way they can't pitch around him at all, and they have to come to him. So Baty, lefty, Vientos a righty, and the other kid Mauricio is a switch hitter, and then you got Alvarez.
Seems like a perfect fit. It seems
the
like a
youth is
circle
coming.
going into a circle hole. No, the square
Listen,
peg going to the square peg. You know, it fits.
Yeah, how about that? When have the Mets done that? They haven't done that since they had David Wright and Reyes, and they tried to make Reyes into a second baseman. They tried to screw him over even more because of Matsui, right?
It's such a great guy.
I remember that.
All right, we got about 6 minutes left here. Couple more things here.
Quick.
The Mets and the Phillies have been announced for London in 2024. I read that the Mets are going to, not the Mets, maybe the Mets, but MLB is planning a 2025 trip to Paris. I don't know, teams are going to be involved there, but cool little experience. The only thing, it's not going to be nice for us because we're going to have days off before for the travel. We're going to get a 2-game series of Phillies with.
We're not going to get any sleep is what's going to
days
happen,
off.
bro.
That's also true.
We're not going to get any sleep. You think we're miserable now?
Sleep? What is sleep?
What is that?
Reds and Nationals to finish out this trip and put you on the spot, Rodriguez. Justin Verlander, does he stop the bleeding for the Mets tonight?
Yeah, I think so. I think he can definitely stop the bleeding, and then you got Senga after him. So, you know, we can take the next two because these are guys. This is a guy that's going to pitch to as much as he can. He's not afraid to pitch, unlike everybody else.
Never.
So I think we can get these next 2 games in and get to Washington and do a little bit more damage. Unfortunately, it'll be other people in Washington pitching. Oh, Tylor, right? Tylor gets the first game against Washington,
nothing,
doesn't he?
All of it is NA. I
NA?
guess maybe there's a chance that Scherzer starts Friday. I don't know.
Dude, why Scherzer doesn't have a bad neck. Scherzer has a bad shoulder. Okay, so and up here he's hurt.
Hey! Why? Watch your mouth.
Let's be real here. You know, just Geritol and smack on the bud, and he's fine.
Move along, baby. Isaac says yes. Verlander for the win. The lineup for tonight.
Isaac, I agree.
Just a couple minutes here. Nimmo, Lindor, McNeil. That's been for the last 2-3 games now.
Alonso. We talked about McNeil at batting third. It's such a nice move.
Yes. Yeah. So you got Pete at first, Baty, Marte and right, Vogel back at DH, and rewarding for such a wonderful at bat last night in the 9th inning. Guillorme will start at second base tonight, and Alvarez will bat 9th.
Listen, let's not bust on Guillorme. Guillorme is fantastic on the field defensively. He's an all-star in that regard, and he hit 300 basically last year. You know, he's had a rough time right now, but he's a solid player.
Yep.
Maybe
Check
not a
his
starter.
vision. Check his vision too.
Last year.
Look at the jinx. Oh, you're gonna talk more and jinx us.
Last year.
Here we go.
Suck.
I guess we lost this game.
All right. Oh, look.
Go cook a steak.
Look, we did it again. Just a quick look ahead for you. You got the Nationals, and then the Mets head back to home to Citi Field. No big deal to play the best team in baseball, the Rays, for a 3-game set. Blah.
Well, as long as we can have Verlander and Senga pitching,
let's do it, baby.
Shot 2 out of 3.
Let's do it.
Maybe Mad Max will be back by then. He's got off the toilet bowl and
Verlander, Mad Max, Senga for that 3-game set. Let's do it. All right, let's get the hell up on out of here.
Viagra helps when you're pitching. I wonder.
What? Oh,
just thinking.
All right, let's get out of here. Keith, by the way, we hope you're feeling better. Get back next week. Hasn't been as shitty a week for Keith as it has been for Producer Joe, but still, nonetheless. Rodriguez, anything to tell Manny?
Listen, Met fans. Manny. Oh my God, No matter what I say to him, he's gonna get upset anyway. He's already probably getting ready to kill most of the Mets and most of us anyway. Listen, we're in the beginning of the season, guys. Honestly, I'm upset just like you guys are. I'm pissed off and I hate it.
Sucks.
But you got to be realistic. We got to let these guys get healthy. By the All-Star break, we'll know what we have. That's all.
That's it, man. Producer Joe, any positive words of encouragement for fans out there, for the Mets, for Buck?
Positivity.
Yeah, all right. That'll do. You know, by the way, Producer Joe has claimed that if the Mets don't win tonight, that's it. He's done for the season. It's over.
I
So,
just have supreme confidence. Yeah, I claim that every game.
That's the way to do it.
I have supreme confidence that the turnaround starts tonight. I have absolute confidence. 100%. I have a full peel. I got Fred Flintstone in the house. No, I'm 100% confident.
All right. That's
time
giddy
for
up.
You know what? We need a segment called the Degenerates Corner.
And what perfect person to take that away than you?
Yes, because I'm a degenerate.
Yes. Isaac, as we head out here, Isaac is letting us know that Viagra is a PED. It's a performance enhancing drug. And Mom says, thanks for the laughs. Absolutely. That's what we're here for. We're here to be laughed at. Let's go, Knicks.
I prefer with.
We need this turnaround also, by the way. We need this to turn around also for, you know,
baseball show.
Baseball show. Listen, this is the point. This is where we start turning it around. It's so easily to forget the first couple of weeks. So easy to forget that at last year at this time, the Braves were under 500. The Phillies were under 500. And guess what? The Braves won 101 games, and the Phillies went to the World Series. So
and
chill out.
Took the division from us, guys. Remember that. They took the division from us.
They took it. We didn't give it up, by the way. They
took it.
Ripped that stuff from us.
You know, we played well, but we kind of gave it up.
Yeah. All right. So that'll do it for us.
Monday.
Let's go, Mets. It's just a couple minutes away from first pitch. Producer Joe, get us on out of here. Go, New York. Go, New York. Go.
Put up the bunch.